Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. Let's take a quick dive in and look at stocks. I'm getting a lot of questions like, oh my gosh, when can we start shorting this thing? Do we short it at the 200 period moving average? I think this has a little bit more legs, but I am preparing to short. I think we can actually pop up to about 175 or so. And I think we need to take out this high here, run some stops, and then we could actually get a fairly. I'm not at this point. Look, I'm not looking for this to roll over. Now, at some point, it could do that. Maybe a year from now. I mean, maybe tomorrow. But that's just not what I'm looking for. And again, I'm a closet bear. My take on this, my stance on the markets is this is a redo. This all happened because of poor press relations. And then Powell learned how to talk to the press, and we're back. So really, we're back here, and it's redoing what would have happened here had he known how to use a microphone. All right, so kind of think about that. There's also the potential that this is turning into a huge head and shoulders reversal, all that kind of fun stuff. Look, I know the news out there sucks. I know that it's bad, and it seems like the market should roll over and die, but the fact is that it isn't yet. And if it is going to, we will get signals, and we will be able to take advantage of that. So right now, there's no use fighting City Hall, or so goes the same. So what are some of the trades that I like this week? Remember, it's very much of a pinning week, so we sold some put credit spreads on Amazon down here at the lower Bollinger Bands, and this has been great. We sold the 1585s, 1580 put credit spreads. Boom, we got a lot of cushion in it now. We sold that for $2.40. Now it's about 60 cents. Another day or two, we can kind of take that off, assuming it can hold. Also looking for a Google pin at around 1150. Okay. Now the way we set this up is a unbalanced fly with a credit. So if it doesn't do it, fine. We still get a small credit. But of course, if we get that pin at 1150, that's great. And now for those of you that are newer to options, you're like, John, what are you talking about? Could you please talk English? We did also buy call options on Roku today for a run into earnings. Earnings are on Feb 21, okay? We are not going to hold through earnings, but the idea is you buy the calls now. You can get the at-the-money calls, even slightly out of the money. Why? Because you're going to have rising price and rising IV, and I'm looking for about $52 to $53 to flip those calls into, and again, not holding through earnings, okay? All right, and last but not least, keep in mind, and remember, Danielle will be doing a free webinar tomorrow, Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central. That's 8 o'clock East Coast time. And she has created this really cool new tool, and she calls it Finding Phoenix Stocks. Probably the best way I could summarize this is, I mean, first of all, you can put in your watch list, but also as you're kind of looking at different sectors and things. So there's two ways that I use it. One is looking at different sectors or stocks within a sector, and you're looking for rotation. You know, if you're going to be long, got to put your money in the strongest stock, put your one in the one that's turning first. If you're going to be short, put it in the weakest stock, the stock that's turning first to the downside. All right, and so think of that as finding the stocks that are turning first, and that's huge. Because you can entry with fairly low risk because you can use tight stops and then catch the entire turn. But the other thing you can do with it is actually put in your watch list and your watch list of stocks and see which ones are the strongest, which ones are showing the best relative strength. Okay, which ones do you want to bail out of? And you can do this all at a glance. So it's pretty awesome. So she's going to be talking about that, and then the other couple things, the which stocks pass the grandma loves it test. That was actually one of a good one. And cranking out the dependable dollars for steady income. And Danielle's great because she's taken a look at the problem of training. She set her analytical mind to it, and she's found some solutions that work for her. All right. And what's great about that is because she's gone in and she's taken the deep dive and found solutions that work for her, then passing that on for other folks. Say, look, here's what I found out. Hopefully this also works for you and can save you frustration and angst and time and help you catch these turns while they're happening instead of noticing after the fact that, hey, that would have been a great trade. So really good stuff, and kudos to her for putting this together. All right, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you at the next update.